Hi, I'm your host Jared Gross, and thanks for joining us on the Community Producers, a monthly show produced by community volunteers like myself. And we begin this month in Cranbrook, where Dennis Walker is discussing the Cranbrook District Community Foundation.
We've got Lynnette Wray in studio today from the Cranbrook District Community Foundation. Hi, Lynnette.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for having me in this morning.
Busy time of year. We're into January and looking ahead to 2018.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, here we are in the new year, and we're always very busy at the Cranbrook District Community Foundation, and we're always happy to talk with the community about what we're doing and how people can become involved.
I guess we'll talk about the procedure or how people get involved. Do organizations that are coming to you for financial support, do they apply then?
Well, there's a couple different ways people can become involved with us. So certainly we encourage folks to consider us as an option when they're looking at their charitable giving for the year. So we accept donations of any size. Every dollar counts. So sometimes people ask us if small donations are welcome, and absolutely they are. So people can donate to existing endowment funds that we have. We currently have, we just have 2 brand new funds, so we're up to 29 endowment funds. So anyone in the community can look at one of our endowment funds, and if there's something there that interests them, they're more than welcome to donate to that. So, if people want to do donations for their birthday in lieu of presents or for a wedding anniversary, those kinds of things, that's something we can work with them on. So, and then of course there's some folks who maybe are looking at financial planning and are looking at wanting a tax receipt and really kind of making a financial decision. And of course we're happy to talk with those folks as well about those larger donations. But donations of any size are welcome. So of course that's one way people can become involved. And then we have our granting process, which starts at the beginning of January. So that's going now, and that runs January to March. And so that's open for nonprofits in our community who have a project or a program going on, and yeah, they're more than welcome to apply. So we support a wide range of things in the community, from arts and culture, sports and recreation, health-related activities. It's really a broad range. So yeah, we'd invite people to look at our website and give us a call if they're interested in applying, for sure.
If a group or organization has benefited from the Cranbrook District Community Foundation in the past, is there like a timeline, or maybe every 2 years or 3 years, or how is it determined who's going to be getting the funds?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a granting committee, so they review all the applications. We have an evaluation tool that we use to assess each application. One of the things we do consider is how often a group may have received a grant from us in the past. We do want to share our grants widely throughout the community, so that's one factor we consider. But certainly groups are welcome to apply, but yeah, just that they're aware that part of our work is to try and share those grants as widely as possible.
What are the basic questions that are seen on the application form, or what are you asking for?
We ask for a description of their project or program, what the positive benefit is to the community. We really encourage folks, as most funders do these days, to have a variety of financial sources. So we'd like to see what their other funding sources are for that project. And it's always great to see a plan for sustainability into the long term. So those are some of the things we look at, for sure.
Yeah, you're mentioning some of the groups that benefit from it, but who does all the support? Do you go out to businesses, or they come to you? Do you solicit for this? How does the foundation work that way?
Oh, sure. So it is a unique way of supporting charitable giving. So we're a little different than most other types of charitable giving. So individuals or businesses or families or nonprofit groups make donations, and those donations are then permanently invested. So they're invested forever. And so what comes back to the community for granting is actually the annual interest. So every year forever, we will receive the annual interest from our permanently endowed funds, and every year forever, we will give that out to the community. So it's a real long-term approach to charitable giving, and just because of the way it's structured, sustainability is built right in. And so that's something that we're glad to bring to our community and our region.
Yeah, well, the funding too is making money. The money you collect is making money,
yeah.
And that's good too. So
yeah.
Okay, you've talked about deadlines and how people can apply. What else goes through the process? Do you have an office or somewhere where people can meet you to do a face-to-face interview?
Yeah, we do have an office. Currently, we're in the second floor of the BC Access Center, and people are always welcome to give me a shout. Our number at the office is 250-426-1119. They can check out our website at cranbrookcf.ca. We're on Facebook if they want to search out Cranbrook District Community Foundation. So yeah, we're more than happy to talk with folks about potential applications and what they're thinking of, and kind of give them a hand through the application process.
How old is this foundation? Do you know?
Yeah, the foundation started in 2003. So 2018 is actually going to be our 15th anniversary. So we're looking forward to having some special celebrations throughout the year and some exciting new announcements to celebrate that. So yeah, 2018 is going to be an exciting year for us.
Hey, thank you for sharing what you do on the Community Producers here on Shaw.
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Lynnette Wray is the Executive Director of the Cranbrook District Community Foundation.
A nationwide initiative is providing young girls with the skills needed to forge a career in the male-dominated tech industry.
These 28 Cranbrook Middle School girls are getting a crash course on coding.
Our province is really pushing to bring in more computational thinking and computer coding into classrooms because there's a lot of technology jobs that are unfilled, and we need new ideas and more things across the country, really.
Known as a hackathon, this one-day event has been facilitated by the organization Hacker Gal in an effort to inspire a new wave of Canadian female coders.
I thought it'd be a really great opportunity, and it'd be awesome to empower more girls to come into the coding industry.
Our future is going to be based on technology, so if we know how to code and how to manipulate numbers and images on a screen, they would help a lot with future careers and jobs.
After some basic training on the coding application Python, students were tasked with creating a story, then turning it into a program with multiple scenes, characters, and animations.
Throughout the day, they've been building and building and building their programs. Some of them have as little as 30 lines in their program that still does a lot of stuff, and others have created almost 200 lines of program that goes through a very complex story, and all these different things happen and make the user actually interact with their program.
While some students like Rachel Wick have coded before, this event takes their knowledge of the discipline to a whole new level.
I'm used to just little blocks that say turn left, turn right, move forward, move backward, but stepping into this type of coding is kind of fun, but really hard.
If you did one mess up, it would mess up most of your things, so you have to go back and reset it all. It was like the patience and trying to make sure it's all correct.
At first I was really confused about having to have the quotation marks and everything and the brackets, and I didn't really understand it, but now that I've had people help me, and it's a lot easier to understand now.
Along with coding, the hackathon has given the students valuable experience working in a team, problem solving, and getting creative, something teacher Ryan McKenzie says has been key to the event's success.
When you're starting something as complex and complicated as computer coding, leave it open. Play and learn and try new things.
After a full day of coding, students would share their hard work, a roughly 30-second program.
It may seem small, but that size of program for an introductory programmer is a massive undertaking, and we learned a ton from each other about what is possible with coding, and laughed and figured stuff out.
It takes an incredibly long time, but once you see what you've done on the screen, it's really exciting because you're like, yes, I finally got it. After all those mess ups, it finally is moving where I want it to move.
Mackenzie is calling this event a resounding success, and with another national hackathon scheduled for the spring, he's looking to build on the momentum.
We're hoping to get a lot more girls out, and these girls will become kind of our experts that mentor the new ones and keep the ball rolling.
For more information on the initiative, visit hackergal.org. That's HACKERGAL. For the community producers in Cranbrook, I'm Layla Gross.
Up next, a young boy who's hoping to provide some warmth and comfort to sick children and those in need.
What about a brown hat band?
6-year-old Elias Quick knows firsthand the impact a comforting blanket can have. Born a month and a half premature, Quick spent periods of his childhood in and out of hospital with his own blanket by his side.
I think that it was really important for him because it was something that could be with him all the time when he was sick. Even places that I couldn't go, his fuzzy blanket could go. And so that was kind of, it took that place of helping him calm down and feel safe.
Now he's on a mission to share that comforting feeling with other kids thanks to his Fuzzy Blankets for All campaign.
We were taking Elias's little sister to daycare, and we drove by the hospital, and Elias looked out his window and said that he would really like every kid that was in the hospital and that had to stay in a hospital bed to have a fuzzy blanket like he did so that they could be comfortable. And then he said he wanted kids that didn't have homes to also have fuzzy blankets.
It just popped in my head.
It was really neat that he had this idea that he came up with all on his own, and he was so excited about it, and he just really wanted other kids to feel happy and comfortable.
With help from his mother, Elias began selling cookies, toys, and also created a GoFundMe campaign, using the proceeds to produce their first 50 blankets, 40 for Alberta Children's Hospital, and another 10 for the Kootenay Haven Transition House in Cranbrook.
In Cranbrook, we don't have a lot of kids that are living necessarily on the streets, but we do have kids that come from tough situations that have to leave their homes suddenly.
I think it's really impactful that someone their own age cares enough about them and understands their situation well enough that they would want to do something like that.
Just over a month in, the operation would get a boost as GoFundMe would recognize Elias's effort by donating an extra $1,000 to his cause.
I told him what had happened and that somebody thought that he was doing a great job and that this big organization had acknowledged him by giving him some money, and that was more money than we had raised in total so far.
Now, with enough material on the way to create another 200 fuzzy blankets, the sky's the limit for this little kid with a big heart.
It's been a really great experience for Elias, and really neat that we're able to give some comfort to some kids that are going through hard times.
It makes me feel happy.
For more on Elias and his campaign, visit gofundme.com/blankies. That's BLANKIES. For the community producers in Cranbrook, I'm Jared Gross. Welcome back. A pair of Cranbrook musicians are hoping the couple that plays together stays together.
Lay down my sorrows, lay down my shame.
For Clayton Parsons, music has been a passion since he was a young kid. In 2013, after joining Cranbrook band The Good Old Goats, he would discover a voice which would add a new dimension to his music. It was the voice of bandmate Joelle Winkle.
Lay down my burdens and lay down my tears.
When we were playing together in The Good Old Goats, I was writing songs which were a little more folky and didn't make it into the Goats repertoire. So the odd time that we didn't have an opener, sometimes Joelle and me would open for our own band.
We were in a little bit more kind of backup positions in the Goats, so it was kind of cool to get up and showcase our own skills a little bit more.
Those early performances would give Parsons and Winkle a whole new perspective.
I was just so used to playing the songs by myself, and so they kind of stayed in one place for a long time, and then when she came in, it was like this whole new inspiration, and ideas started popping into my head how to write songs to give her a verse or let her take a chorus or even just take a whole song and just sing it.
I felt like I got to use my craft a little bit more in that, and so it just felt special because it wasn't something I had gotten to do within the Goats.
Parsons immediately began reworking some of his existing material, adding Winkle to songs such as Know My Name.
'Cause I'm dreaming of a place where everybody knows my name, where the wine's as sweet as the smell of the pouring rain.
I just took this old song that I used to play with the previous band and took the lyrics and played it to a different chord progression and yeah, now it's one of our favorite songs.
'Cause I'm going to a place where everyone knows my name.
Parsons says Winkle's voice provides the perfect contrast to his own.
Joelle's voice is a lot more controlled and a lot more pure sounding, so it's nice to have that weave in with my voice that isn't as refined as hers, so it sort of feels like without her now there's like a missing piece.
When the Goats went their separate ways in 2016, the duo's relationship would continue to blossom, both on and off the stage.
Because we spend so much time together and we spend so much time on these songs, I really trust Clayton's ability to write and his voice, and I think it just creates a different level of like tightness in the music because there is a tightness in the relationship.
When you're in that environment, it's sort of like you are always communicating, you're always sort of working as a team, and we just kind of started to realize that it worked well.
Now, as they put the finishing touches on their second album together, Parsons and Winkle are set to tie the knot May 19th and figure to be a staple on the region's music scene for years to come.
The dream is to just be doing this for as long as possible. Like, we'd love to get a van and be on the road all summer and just go as far as possible.
For the community producers in Cranbrook, I'm Bill Brewer.
Oh yes, I'm going to a place where everyone knows my name.
Finally this month, Dennis Walker volunteers for practicing students at the College of the Rockies Hairstyling Program.
We're at the College of the Rockies at the hair salon, and we get a chance to get a haircut by a new stylist. Yeah, Shelby Ann, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. My name's Dennis. I'm a local radio personality here, and we wanted to come and do this today. Yeah, what got you into the program?
Well, actually, I started at the College of the Rockies 2 years ago in the pre-education program. And then I decided that I actually wanted a break, so I just decided to start the hairstyling program.
Okay, good. So, well, I guess we can just we can get right at it here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
So what I'm going to start with is the clipper, and I'm going to use a number 3. If you just slowly head back a bit.
I always wonder how you do this. Like, what are you looking at and aiming at when you're doing a haircut? If you can just kind of take us through that as you're combing and getting set to put the shears on.
Actually, I always want to go for like the classic type of haircut, so low at the bottom, high on top. That's usually like the most popular haircut that is in style right now.
What makes the challenge to cutting hair, because everybody's just a little bit different? What are you finding are some of the obstacles or the part of the trade that's maybe a little harder than you thought, or maybe a little bit easier?
What's more nerve-wracking to me is encountering different personalities in the salon and how to address those personalities, how to find strategic ways on pleasing everybody, I guess. And that's basically the only challenge that I find sometimes.
It must be kind of difficult though, because I'm sure there's times when you're cutting someone's hair and they want it cut a certain way, and you may know in your head that it might look better another way. Is there a way that you can offer suggestions without, you know?
Yeah, we do offer, but at the end of the day, it's what the client wants, right? So.
Hey, what brought you to Canada? We get to talk a little bit off microphone about that. You came from Jamaica, but what brought you this direction?
I'm from Jamaica. I got accepted into a very prominent university in Jamaica, the University of the West Indies. But representatives of College of the Rockies came to Montego Bay for like a conference sort of thing to promote different colleges across Canada, and that's how I ended up applying. So I guess that took a shift in my life. I wanted to go to the university in Jamaica, and then the next thing I know, I got accepted to College of the Rockies. So my mom was like, okay, it's either university or this. And I just said, you know what, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I'm just gonna go for this. So that's how I ended up here.
What an interesting story.
Yeah.
It must be a big adaptation to
It
weather,
is.
though. It's so much colder. I mean,
It is.
I don't think you'd see snow in Jamaica, or would you at the top of the mountains there? No.
I am on top of the mountains, and it's mostly rainy. Like right now, it should be a lot of rain. But no snow. Just tropical stuff going on there. And I do miss the sun a lot. And the beaches.
Is it harder to cut hair? And I mean, we're doing a special shoot for the community producers here for Shaw TV, but do you prefer a client talking to you or not? Or does it matter that much?
It doesn't matter. I like engaging with people in that way. So if you don't want to talk, I'm good at shutting up as well. And if you do want to talk, I'm good at that too.
What did you think of Canada before coming here?
That everybody's surrounded by snow. That's basically it. Snow, snow, snow. How am I going to survive here? Because even in the Christmas time in Jamaica, when it gets super cold, I hardly survive that, much less Canada.
Very good. We talked about how cold it can get here sometimes, but how do you like Cranbrook? Is it too small, too big, or are the people friendly here?
It's perfect. Where I'm from, it's a pretty small community, so I'm used to small towns.
I see.
So that's okay for me.
So what you're doing right now is you're just cleaning up the back of my head.
And then afterwards, I'm just going to texturize some more for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens on a regular cut? So what's going to happen is your instructor is going to come after in just a few minutes here.
Absolutely.
Well, Gwen will come in and she will evaluate with you.
Yeah.
Does she say much in front of the client, or do you just say you don't talk that much in front of the client, and then afterwards you'd have like maybe a short meeting or just a discussion on how the cut went?
What we do first actually is consult with Gwen first, and then we tell her what the client wants. And after that, like during the cut, when we start, whether it's a hairdo or an actual cut, then she'll come around and she'll guide us. She'll show us like what needs to be touched up, or guide us a bit.
I see.
But for the most part, like the students know what to do because she has already given us all the lessons.
So Shelley Ann, for people that are watching right now and they might want to come and get their hair cut too here at the College of the Rockies, what are your hours and when do you cut hair then to the public?
So we open from Monday to Thursdays, 8:30 to 4. But I'll let my instructor speak more on that. Gwen?
Oh, very good. Yeah, any cut though, right now is when you would bring your instructor, Gwen Stewart would be cut. Hi Gwen, how are
Dennis.
you? Yeah, so you would come in and evaluate the cut as you're doing right now. Okay.
How was your experience with Shelley?
Oh, very good.
Good.
Yeah, very good. How does it look to you?
Looks fantastic.
Looks great to me.
If you're happy, we're happy.
Very good. Yeah, okay.
This looks great. Good job, Shelley.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us today. We greatly enjoyed that.
Dennis gets all the tough assignments. Well, that's all the time we have here on this episode of The Community Producers. I'm Jared Gross. Thanks for watching.